What's going on, closers? Dominic Caminata here, Grosso University. Are you looking for a proven way to build trust with absolutely anyone? In the home improvement industry, you probably already know that one of the most important ingredients to any sale is trust. So far more important than likability and the friendship factor is your ability to build trust with your prospects, especially when they're investing in unfinished good. So in this quick hitting video, we're just gonna break down a surefire way to build trust with your prospects with a clever little acronym that we came up here at Grosso University called S.U.R.E, S-U-R-E. And this is gonna stand for the following: smile, use their name, relax them, and eye contact. So let's break this down one at a time. In sales, smiles truly do go miles. So of course, when you enter a prospect's house, when you come up to the door, when you're gaining entry, when you're introducing yourself at the kitchen table, as you're navigating the sales process, one thing you definitely don't want to forget is to smile. So the smile has been defined as the gateway to the soul. And the thing about a smile is when you smile, it activates a lot of the feel-good neurotransmitters that bring joy and happiness and pleasure, your serotonin, your dopamine, your oxytocin. And you're also activating those mirror neurons in your prospect's mind. Of course, a lot of times when you smile at somebody, what are you more likely to get in return? A smile back. When they're smiling back at you, you're making them feel good. You're making them enjoy your company, making them enjoy your experience. There's also a lot of psychology to the smile. For example, people that smile more are automatically perceived as being of higher intelligence and more trustworthy. Now, of course, being able to smile doesn't necessarily mean you're trustworthy, because Rick Grosso used to say the best comment in the world will smile right at your face when they're ripping you off. But there's something psychological about the smile that's gonna help you build trust. It's gonna keep the homeowner comfortable. It's gonna make them enjoy the whole experience, and it's gonna make them feel good. Just remember, sales, this is a game of emotion. If they feel right about it, if they feel right about you, and they're enjoying the experience, they're far more likely to convert into a customer. Next is use their name. Now, Dale Carnegie once said that a person's name is like sweet music to their ears. People love the sound of their name. So you want to get on a first name basis with your prospects as quickly as possible. Now, one thing that helped me in my sales career is I would wear a name badge or some sort of identification when I entered the prospect's house. So people do appreciate that nowadays. Of course, people are concerned about safety and identification. Are you who you say you are, right? So some sort of name badge. But what this also does is it gives the prospects that constant repetition of your name. So by the end of the sales encounter, both you and your prospects, of course, are on that first name basis. And the simple goal here is to build a relationship with another human being. And when you use their name throughout the conversation, it also makes them feel more important and more understood. It's time to listen up, closers. Before you go any further, you need to hear this. The Grosso University Sales Academy Masterclass is not just another training opportunity. This is the most in-demand, highest-rating sales training program in the history of the home improvement industry. Thousands of sales warriors just like you have gone through this life-changing program taught by our world-class head sales trainer, Daniel Coombsbury, and they are winning more and bigger because of it. If you're serious about dominating in sales, this is where you go to sharpen your edge. The best part is, it's 100% virtual and happens on the second Monday of every month, so there are absolutely zero excuses not to invest in your growth and development. Why don't you go ahead and hit the link in the description to learn more and lock in your spot and get ready to ignite the greatness within. On behalf of Grosso University, yes, you are a closer, and back to the video. So you want to sprinkle in their name throughout the sales process. Now, admittedly for me, I used to be pretty bad at this early in my sales career. I recall many times, some of you watching this might be able to relate, where I'd literally be closing the sale, filling out the paperwork, and then looking back at my phone, checking my email to see what the homeowners' names were, because I was so bad at using their name. But I promise you, sprinkling their name evenly throughout the process, it's gonna be a surefire way to make them feel special, make them feel important. Again, they don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. And it's also gonna be sweet music to their ears, making them enjoy the entire masterful presentation that much more. Now, I just want to be clear about something, that any sales technique can be overused. So for example, is it possible to smile too much? What if you never once stopped smiling throughout the whole sales encounter? I'm sure the prospects, they'd be freaking out, like, what is wrong with this person? Or what if you use their name too much? John and Mary, John and Mary, John and Mary, over and over again. So you got to strike balance with this stuff, where I want to sprinkle it evenly throughout the sales encounter, but I don't want to overuse it. Now, tying back to the smile one last time, I just want to remind you closers out there then of course I'm gonna smile throughout my introduction, throughout the masterful presentation. Because again, I want to be fired with enthusiasm. I want to make them enjoy the experience. Don't forget to keep smiling at the negotiating table once price is on the table. I've seen a lot of salespeople make the mistake where they do a good job smiling and using the prospect's name and all these different formulas, but then once the price is on the table, they turn into a completely different person and they get darn right confrontational. They get really serious all of a sudden. So keep it fun, keep it light, especially when price is on the table. So we got smile, use their name. The next is relax them. One thing that was taught to me by Rick Grosso is you cannot close somebody unless they are comfortable and relaxed. Now we train at Grosso University what we call a velvet hammer sales process. Of course, my salespeople are trained to go into a house as a sales warrior with a buy or die mentality. They know they're gonna do everything in their power to earn that prospect's business and squeeze the juice out of every opportunity. However, this is high service, this is high integrity, and is completely non-confrontational, and we keep the prospects comfortable and relaxed throughout the entire sales encounter. So at the end of the day, the prospects should never feel like they were sold anything. They should feel like it was their decision because you gave them such a world-class education, they were able to give their informed consent to make the decision to buy from you. They weren't sold anything. This is why Rick Gross always said, pressure is lack of technique. So we want to make sure we're keeping them in the if and when stage, and in a roundabout way, I want to make the prospect feel like they're not required to make any purchasing decisions whatsoever. It's time to listen up, closers. Before you go any further, you need to hear this. The Grosso University Sales Academy Masterclass is not just another training opportunity. This is the most in-demand, highest-rating sales training program in the history of the home improvement industry. Thousands of sales warriors just like you have gone through this life-changing program taught by our world-class head sales trainer, Daniel Coombsbury, and they are winning more and bigger because of it. If you're serious about dominating in sales, this is where you go to sharpen your edge. The best part is, it's 100% virtual and happens on the second Monday of every month, so there are absolutely zero excuses not to invest in your growth and development. Why don't you go ahead and hit the link in the description to learn more and lock in your spot and get ready to ignite the greatness within. On behalf of Grosso University, yes, you are a closer, and back to the video. And the only reason we're here is to give them a world-class education, so if and when they're ready to move forward with this project, they'll be more likely to give us a call back when they're ready, or they'll be an educated consumer that can keep the other companies honest, right? But that's the goal here, is you want to keep them comfortable and relaxed. And in the right sales process, you want to have language that is intentionally implemented into the sales process to keep the pressure out, to keep them comfortable and relaxed. If and when, for the future consideration. This is why we guarantee the total investment for 30 days. When you're ready, before I leave. There's a lot of creative ways you can sprinkle in word tracks to keep the prospects comfortable and relaxed. And that's something you want to make sure you're doing throughout the entire sales encounter. Okay, so of course we got smile, use their name, relax them. The last one on the list here is eye contact. So obviously if you're uncertain about something, or if you're hiding something from somebody, or if you're lying about something, you're going to avoid looking someone in the eye. Eye contact in a sales encounter matters because, first of all, it demonstrates that you're being truthful to your prospects, but it also shows that you are confident in what it is you're talking about. Now, just like I mentioned earlier, you can overuse any technique. What if you never once stop looking at them? Now, one thing our head sales trainer at Grosso University, Dan Coombsbury, always talks about is you really want to mirror and match the level of eye contact they're giving you, plus a few percentage points. Of course, if I'm working with a customer that is completely avoiding eye contact with me, that doesn't mean I want to avoid eye contact with them altogether. But I do want to maintain eye contact with the prospects evenly. So what I mean by that is, if I have two decision makers, I don't want to make sure I'm looking at one prospect the whole time and ignoring the other one. Ideally, I want to sprinkle in eye contact evenly amongst all decision makers because I want everyone to feel like they're included in the discussion. I personally had sales encounters where I've made the mistake where I'm doing a group presentation, there's about 6 people in the room, and I'm doing a good job maintaining eye contact with 4 out of the 6, but the 2 people in the back that got neglected, that didn't get eye contact evenly, sure enough, put a kibosh to the entire sales process. They didn't feel like they were included, they didn't trust me, and they felt that they wanted to take their business elsewhere as a result because they felt neglected the whole time. Now, this is challenging for me occasionally because I'll do a lot of public speaking where I'm up on stage speaking in front of hundreds, in some cases thousands of people. Even when I'm speaking in front of hundreds of people, one of my goals is to try to lock eyes with everyone in the audience at least one time, even if it's for a moment. Because that one moment in time where I lock eyes with that person in the audience, now they feel like they're a part of the masterful presentation. So eye contact matters. I would recommend over 50% of the time I'm in the home talking with the prospects that I'm maintaining eye contact. Again, sprinkle it in evenly, not to exceed 75%. So 75% is when you're starting to get too much, where you can make them feel uncomfortable because you're overusing eye contact. So I just want to break down this formula here. Again, the surefire way to build trust. And there's certainly a lot more that we train on at Grosso University in order to build trust with anyone. But if you go into every house wearing smiles throughout the sales process, using the prospect's name, it's time to listen up, closers. Before you go any further, you need to hear this. The Grosso University Sales Academy Masterclass is not just another training opportunity. This is the most in-demand, highest-rating sales training program in the history of the home improvement industry. Thousands of sales warriors just like you have gone through this life-changing program taught by our world-class head sales trainer, Daniel Coombsbury, and they are winning more and bigger because of it. If you're serious about dominating in sales, this is where you go to sharpen your edge. The best part is, it's 100% virtual and happens on the second Monday of every month, so there are absolutely zero excuses not to invest in your growth and development. Why don't you go ahead and hit the link in the description to learn more and lock in your spot and get ready to ignite the greatness within. On behalf of Grosso University, yes, you are a closer, and back to the video. Sprinkle it in evenly throughout the sales process, keeping them comfortable and relaxed and maintaining strong eye contact with all decision makers. You're going to be able to go into every sales encounter, build trust with absolutely anyone, and as a result, you're going to see your closing rate absolutely skyrocket. So I hope you enjoyed our surefire acronym. Make sure you put this to work for you immediately, work on fine-tuning these areas, and you too can be a top performer in your chosen profession. Make sure you like and subscribe to all of our YouTube content. We literally got hundreds of hours of free educational content on this platform. And make sure you share this video with your friends if you enjoyed the information. So thank you for watching, and on behalf of our entire team at Grosso University, yes, you are a closer.